And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to I Wanna Best the 100 Floors. And I wanna continue where I left off, which I didn't even pay attention to this floor when I got here. I remember the previous stream getting here, and I didn't even want to bother looking what this was about. It was already the end of the stream, and I beat the previous floor. So yeah. The right side is that this only has one vine, this floor that is. So that's the good news. So that doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy. Wait, can you? Really? Wait, is that intended? I don't think that's intended. But they are supposed to be able to save there. I mean, you can... That's a skip. Because the intended way is going to the right side, getting the platform, and then onto the save. Alright, well... Look, I'm not gonna complain. How did you not see this? Like, this is such an obvious skip. It doesn't take anyone smart to figure that out. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's always nice to see a freebie. Unless I'm a moron and that's not a... No, but it is, because you have no reason to go to the right side now. You just jump and get the save. Hey, you probably want to repick your testers, Mr. Macedonia. Also, speaking of which, do I go up or down? I'm not sure I understand this one. So you will waste your double jump here, so after the vine, this jump is impossible. So you will have to go up. Okay, it's simple. You land here to recover the jump, then you go to the vine, and then you double jump here. Well, it's simple to understand, that it's not gonna be simple to execute, but that's fine. Especially the vine into water jump. Okay, and then holding the jump is not that hard precisely because of the water. Or there's that. The jump afterwards with the vine might be a problem, but it's fine. As I say, it's the only vine in the whole level, and it's probably what will stop me from beating this level fast. Yeah, the hardest things in this game have been related to water or vines, or both. I mean, the hardest checkpoint so far was hard because of a water jump. Well, it was hard in general, but that water jump at the end made it extremely hard. Which, by the way, it's been 11 floors since that level. Well, since that floor, I guess. Floor 42. So, hey. It's still in my mind, so... Even 10 floors are not enough to make it disappear. Well, another thing is that it's also been a long time, as in, well, time. Not just about the amount of floors, but... Oof, that's a messed up jump. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been in floor 42, probably like 2 months or something. I steered too quickly. That jump is not that hard though. And then everything else... Man, you know, it would be very interesting to see how a game like this will be without a single gimmick. Like, just remove the vine, the water, and the platform. By platform, I mean the wooden one. I mean, you could say that it will be pretty bland, but I disagree. Keep the champ refresher though. That one is fine. Champ refresher might as well be a core mechanic. Oh, I forgot to hold. This actually once you do the first Vine and Water champ, this checkpoint is not that hard. Indeed. Alright, and then this one doesn't have a single gimmick. Like, this is just pure champs, which makes me think that the champs themselves will be hard. But the first checkpoint of this same screen also didn't have any gimmicks. Or well, rather, it had this gimmick, this half wooden platform, but it wasn't used. And that's such a funny skip, dude. Hey Lilo, how is it going? I keep trying. Well, but this, keep in mind that I keep advancing, in the sense that this floor, I haven't even tried it before, because the previous stream that I played this game, I beat floor 52 and then I ended the stream. Didn't even want to bother with this one, so... Here, it's less that I keep trying and more that I keep progressing. So far, I haven't gotten stuck as badly as I did in floor 42. That has been the worst so far, and no other floor has been able to replicate how bad that checkpoint was. Nice. One stream, one floor. Think twice. Think twice, because you just got proven wrong. So yeah. And this one, okay, never mind, it has one vine. Damn it, I almost celebrated too early. It only has one vine. The rest is water. Not even half platform for this one, just water. That's good. That is tolerable. Well, it would be nice to go back to the base of 5 floors in a stream. I will be happy to be wrong. Oh, yeah, but don't worry, guys. You already are. Because this, even if I get stuck on this checkpoint until the end of the stream, this is still 2 floors, technically. You saw one full floor. Well, it depends on how you look at it, I guess. It's only 1 floor if you just look at the progress. But it's 2 floors if you look at what you are seeing on screen. Alright. Oof. This... That looks nasty. And then it's, I think... Not sure if this is a full champ. You don't need one. You can do a champ until here and then full double champ. I think you will make it. Team, and this looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible. The very last champ. I mean, the 2 last champs look terrible here. And what is this? Oh, you champ here. Okay, well, that's already the next checkpoint, so I shouldn't bother. Seems good, yeah, I agree. Seems very good. Oof, what doesn't seem good is my eye. It's alright though. Sometimes it feels like bothering like that, but it's fine. Well, at least in a game like this, it's not like there is like high octane action. So really have to worry about reacting fast. I mean, you essentially have to be fully focused for like 5 seconds at a time at most, which is what it's the maximum amount that a single champ will take. And by single champ I mean from one platform to the other. But any other than that, you don't really have to constantly be paying attention. This is essentially the absolute opposite of playing a Danmaku game, or well, a shoot 'em up, or any sort of arcade game, which is precisely that. Arcade games. They are games that you need to be doing something constantly. You need to be paying attention constantly, because that's how arcades work. If you're not constantly paying attention to an arcade game, you're most likely gonna get killed. Or just losing. Doesn't have to be getting killed. Even if you're in a menu. The menus have a limitation. A time limit. If you don't select in time, the game will select for you. The arcade games are the exact opposite of this. Here you can just take your sweet time. They are different from a lot of things, in the sense that if I instead was playing Mega Man, in Mega Man if you need to do something, assuming there are no enemies on the screen, you can just stop and do that something. Here if my eye decides to bother me, I can just stop, it's no problem. Not a chance for arcade games, or arcade-based games. That's crazy. When you think about it, the fact that you have to be fully paying attention, sometimes for half an hour, in order to beat an arcade game. Might not sound like that big of a deal. I think it is. Not being able to just look away. Well, you can kinda look away for 5 seconds depending on the game, because you usually have a stage clear screen. It doesn't matter if it's a Danmaku game or a platformer or a racing game, whatever it is, even if it's an arcade one, tends to have the break when you beat a stage. That was very close, damn. Doesn't have to be a full jump, the first one, that is. The second one, I'm not sure. But if I made a full jump there, on the second one, I feel like I would have lost. Well, I mean, I lost regardless, but I would have lost to the top instead of the bottom. I was also planning on playing another thing today that I ended up deciding not to play, which is the Game Boy Mega Man games. I wanna play them eventually. I guess I just didn't wanna play them today, but the problem is that they seem like I thought they were more like different games, and I guess they are different as in the level design is different, but they are supposed to be based on the NES ones. Like the first Mega Man on the Game Boy has bosses from the first Mega Man on the NES. So unless the level design is very, very different, it will just feel like you're playing an inferior version. Well, you are playing an inferior version, but it can be inferior and different, and not just inferior and almost the same thing. Yeah. Another good thing is that nowadays with emulators, you can simply... Even Game Boy games can be played with color, because you are emulating a Game Boy Color. Well, back then if you had a Game Boy Color it would have the same effect, but... I don't know how popular the Game Boy Color was as a console. I don't know if... I kinda doubt that it was more popular than the Game Boy. The Game Boy is supposed to be the first instance of something handheld that didn't suck balls, or at least not fully suck balls. So the Game Boy Color being almost the same thing but with color, I don't know how popular it was. The Pocket was the most popular. What Pocket? Is there a console with that name? I mean, I can't tell because when it comes to handheld consoles, I know very little of it. Simply because I was never a fan. I simply know of the Nintendo handhelds, well, because they are Nintendo, essentially. Hard not to know about Nintendo things. So, what do I do here? Nice, team, I can't believe I first tried those two champs. That's unbelievable. First try those two champs that look so hard. Holy shit. Maybe they weren't that hard at the end of the day. Pocket was smaller, did come with retro illuminated screen and was black pixels instead of green pixels. Give a good playing experience. And what games were on the Pocket? I don't think I remember hearing of... Well, I don't remember hearing of that console, but I also don't remember any game from that console. And I've seen other mobile handheld consoles like the Neo Geo Pocket, or you know, the Game Gear, but I don't remember was like a Game Boy Pro use same games. Oh wait, was it a bootleg console? Because for what I understand, Nintendo had the Game Boy Color, and the Super Game Boy. So was it a bootleg thing, or was it an official Nintendo product? I don't remember hearing about it. Well, it was official. The Pocket goes between the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. Wait, so what was the point of it? Like, what difference did it have with the Game Boy? Because for what I understand, the whole thing about the Game Boy Color is that the games were in color. So I don't know what other thing less than that you can add to the games. Well, you say retro illuminated screens and black pixels. Okay, the retro illuminated screen is an improvement because a lot of people report that the Game Boy was hard to see, so I understand that. Better battery life. And this is an image. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't even have the Pocket name anywhere. So it was kind of like the, just to give an example, like the PS2 Slim. That is essentially still a PS2. Or like that smaller model for the PlayStation 1. Kinda. It's just that in this case, instead of... oh no, you say that it's the smaller one. Like the one on the right is the OG Game Boy and the one on the left is the Pocket one. Well, it makes sense if it's called Pocket, it's supposed to fit in your pocket, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if I will count it as a different. It has the Pocket name below the screen. Oh, really? Well, personally, I will still count that as the Game Boy. Because it's essentially a different model of the Game Boy, but it's a Game Boy. The Game Boy Color was technically a different console in the sense that you couldn't play Game Boy Color games in a Game Boy, but you could do the opposite. Game Boy Color was a beast. Yeah, but I will assume that in terms of popularity, well, I don't know, I will have to check the numbers. But wouldn't the original Game Boy be more popular than the Game Boy Color? Especially since most likely when the Game Boy Color released, it's possible that the original Game Boy was cheaper. It was more popular, yeah. It's what I assume. Like most people that actually experience a Game Boy game most likely experience it in a Game Boy, so not with colors. Game Boy Advance was the most popular. Yeah, but the Game Boy Advance was a complete paradigm shift because you went from an 8-bit console to a 16-bit console. Well, I don't know if it's 16 or more. I think it is 16. But yeah, it's basically the jump from the NES to the SNES. It was to something very different. And the Game Boy Advance, there are some games that look super good. And I haven't really played that many Game Boy Advance games, to be fair. Nice. Alright. I'm so glad because maybe it's not that easy to tell, but if you fail in any of those jumps at the end, the fact that the previous jumps are relatively hard means that it's not just a matter of doing a couple more attempts. It will take you a lot more attempts if you fail those last ones. That was a very easy checkpoint. Oh, so the Game Boy Advance is 32 bits, 16 MHz ARM CPU. So it was an even bigger jump than I expected. Because the Game Boy Color games, I don't know if they are technically 16-bit, I don't know. I think they are still 8-bit, or maybe, well, I will be talking out of my ass there. But the point is that they aren't really that much different in terms of how they play to the original Game Boy. How they play or how they look, with the exception of color, of course. GBA can do lots of stuff that SNES can't. Well, it makes sense considering that I'm pretty sure the Game Boy Advance was a thing during the generation of the GameCube. So at that point, the technology for home consoles was quite the hell. But yeah, I guess it's more comparable to an SNES in terms of the general, well, look and feel of the games, if you can call it that way. This trailer is from Sonic. Funny coincidence considering I was just thinking about the upcoming Sonic movie. I think that's what I say when I first saw it, that it looks like it's from Sonic Advance. How is it going, Wasabi? It definitely looks like it's from there. But yeah, the Sonic movie, you know that I haven't watched a single one. Well, you already know me though, I simply don't like watching movies. Okay, I get this. It's like this. Ooh, okay, that's hard. Because you gotta do this and then double jump here. And this jump was a hard one too, that's the thing. Like getting to the vines in itself is not easy, but the vine jumps are also hard. Okay, man, that was very bad. At least those are the only two vines in the stage. Then you have a single water barge and then a jump refresher. I don't wanna jinx myself. But if I manage to beat this checkpoint, I feel like the rest of the floor should be easy. And that will make us get out of this zone, which is crazy. But we're thinking ahead by too much. We gotta slow down a little bit. People was making games with an SNES look, but with more UNF. What? I don't think I understand that sentence. What is UNF? If I'm understanding, you're saying they were making games with an SNES look, but with more UNF. I guess it's a matter of knowing what UNF stands for. UNF. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not a fan of acronyms, for this very reason. Haven't seen the acronym before, it's hard to know what it stands for. It's fine. Oh, and there is also a stupid ass fly harassing me. It never fails. So apparently for these stupid ass drain flies that love harassing me, what you use is bleach. Obviously you don't throw bleach to them in the air, that would be stupid. You throw them down the drain. But I don't think it's super effective. It will be more effective to grab a flamethrower, I guess, but yeah, that will do more than just killing the flies. Oh, you mean more oomph as a better feeling? I think in English you are supposed to say like double O MPH. I think that's how people say it. Damn it, you have to stop the jump before you hit the ceiling there. Yeah, more sprites and more effects. Yeah, exactly. That's how English people usually pronounce it. Oomph. And they usually also put it in quotation marks to make sure that you're talking about that. Yeah, no problem. It's an expression that I've seen before. A lot of people use it. Personally, I tend to say, instead of something has more oomph, well, it depends on the context, but I tend to either say more emphasis or more impact. But yeah, it's fine. Drainflies are a lot smaller than the type of flies I normally get. Yes, they are probably the smallest type of fly you're gonna realistically encounter. Well, I know they are smaller flies, but they are probably among the smaller common flies, at least. Wait, what the fuck is this sham? What? Wow, and I did it on the first try, no way. That champ looks so hard. Again, those are one of those champs that if I fail, I will probably be stuck on this checkpoint for a lot longer. But it's some luck. Apparently what people recommend for drain flies is throwing bleach down the drain. That apparently kills them, but it also makes them so they don't want to climb up the drain in case they didn't get killed. So yeah, that tends to be a solution, but I don't know how long it lasts, because eventually the bleach is gonna dry, and I'm pretty sure they are gonna go back at being annoying. In fact, the real problem with bleach is that it's absolutely disgusting. So if you pour bleach, even if it's in a place that it's not visible, well, visible, I mean that it's not in a place that is close to you because it's down the drain, the smell of bleach is disgusting. It really feels like you're getting executed with gas. With some lethal gas. It's really disgusting. But it's disgusting in a different sense, because when you think of a disgusting smell, you usually think about something, well, obviously repulsive, but I mean something that smells bad. I guess I'm saying something obvious here. The problem with the bleach is not that it smells bad. The problem is that it feels that it's attacking you. Like, the smell in itself maybe is not that bad, but it really feels like it fills your lungs and doesn't let you breathe. Well, at least that's how I feel about bleach. It's not a bad smell, it's simply a very toxic smell. But it makes sense, because bleach is precisely that, it's supposed to be toxic. There is a reason why you use it to kill things. If it wasn't toxic, would be you wouldn't use it. It's a very annoying thing. But these flies are way more annoying, so if you can kill them by doing something like that, I will welcome it. I will certainly welcome it. Even poison is, like, poison spray is not very good against these flies. Like, even if you manage to hit them with poison, sometimes they don't die. I mean, depending on how far from you are they, you can simply just splat them against the wall and it works, or against the floor or the ceiling or wherever they are. So, yeah. I don't mind bleach smell, but I rather don't be on the room for an hour and open the window so the gases go out. We use bleach around here because we are surrounded by forests and keeps the insects away. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just something that you don't wanna be there. The problem is that my bathroom doesn't really have windows. It has a vent, but no windows. So, I mean, anything that is in there in the air will go away, but it will take longer. So, yeah, it's a problem. I guess that you can use it, well, you can pour it right after you're done using the bathroom. Nice. Alright, on to the last checkpoint, which is... the only gimmick is a single champ refresher. The rest is pure platforming. It's something that it's annoying to deal with, these stupid ass flies. I mean, I gotta be thankful that they are these flies and they are not something actually like, well, I shouldn't say dangerous, but something that actually is actively harmful, like, I don't know, wasps. I heard that there are people with wasp infestations in either their houses or their surroundings, and that absolutely sucks, because wasps are essentially they are essentially avatars of the devil. That's what they are. So yeah, I gotta be glad that my infestation is drain flies and not something like that. Sorry, drain. I'm glad I haven't seen any mods in a long time. Well, mods are very annoying, and the fact that they are very big doesn't help, but I think at least they are the kind of insect that doesn't damage you, doesn't harm you. It harms your clothing though. It doesn't harm you as a person. But I mean that it doesn't deal direct damage. But yeah, there are so many other insects that do. Well, mosquitoes are the typical example. The most worthless form of existence known to mankind, essentially. The mosquito. But yeah, things like wasps are also very fucked up. But not to mention that if we're talking about insects, we can probably include ants as well. Nice! New zone! Tim, that's 3 floors in 40 minutes. That's an insane pace. Well, insane compared to how it's been on the previous streams. Now, the problem is that this shit already brings like 4 vines. Okay, we're gonna be in trouble. Wait, I just realized this song is a remix of We Are the Robots from Mega Man 9. Huh. Pretty cool. Yeah, I finished 3 floors. Don't you remember that the first floor said 53? So I finished 53, 54 and 55. And now I'm in 56. Oh, it's in a Mega Man 7 sound phone? I see. Because obviously it doesn't sound like the original, in the sense that it's not the exact same as the original. There was something in there. So it's the Mega Man 7 sound phone with a Mega Man 9 theme. The Mega Man 9 soundtrack is fantastic. It simply is fantastic. It really is. Well, Mega Man 9 is a fantastic game in general. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's still my favorite Mega Man game. Without a doubt. Don't think there is any other one that I will place higher than that one. Games like Mega Man 3 are close, but I think Mega Man 9 is in its own in its own tier. I mean, it would be nice to find a Mega Man game I would like more than that one, but hard to tell. Hard to tell if it exists. Probably not. So, it reminds me of Mega Man fan games. There are a lot of Mega Man fan games out there, and there is one that I played, not on stream. I played it a very long time ago. I barely even remember it. Called Mega Man 2.5. It's supposed to be something that mixes all OG Mega Man games, well, except for 11, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't even out when that fan game released. And it's kind of like a combination of all of them, and it's also in 2.5 dimensions. That is, it uses the 8-bit style, but everything is in 3D, in the sense that it's all models. They are all 3D models, but they are placed in the 2D environment that the NES is known for. So there are some times where that 3D gimmick gets used, like for example, you go to the end of a screen and instead of scrolling to the right, it flips. Like it goes from this to this. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that game I should play it on stream at some point. It's very good. But yeah, it's been a very long time. Does it take? Actually, yeah, it probably doesn't take from Mega Man 7 or 8, now that I think about it. I don't remember, because as I say, it's been a long time since I played it. But yeah, it essentially takes from the NES ones and 9 and 10. Which are the ones I care about, because honestly, I don't like either Mega Man 7 or 8, so nice. Yeah, those don't have NES visuals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's from all of them except 7 and 8. But as I say, that to me is a plus. It's a very good game. I should play it on stream at some point. Nice. Trying to figure this champ out. No, but is it even possible to jump to this gap and then double jump? Doesn't feel possible. But the opposite will be double jumping like here. I'm not sure. You don't like those games? I mean, I don't dislike them in the sense that I don't think they are bad. It's just that to me, they are clearly inferior to the other Mega Man games. The OG ones. But yeah, I wouldn't call them bad. but I certainly will place them at the very bottom of the OG Mega Man series, without a doubt. But which is in fact what I did when I rated the Mega Man games. I put them both at the very bottom. I'm pretty sure I can't remember if it was 7 or 8, the one that I put at the very bottom. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that champ, unfortunately. And it's a shame because it's the only thing in the checkpoint I don't know how to do. It's either a very small champ into a full double champ, or a very precise first champ in the middle of the spikes and then a double champ. Because here's the thing. If you do this champ here on top of this spike but not in between this, I'm pretty sure the champ afterwards is not possible. So you will have to do it in the middle, but I don't think you can make it to the middle in an angle like this. So I feel it's very small champ into here, into full double champ, or at least almost full double champ. I think that's how it works. And then it's obviously landing on the save, which shouldn't be that hard, but the choking potential is there. Choking potential is always there. You just gotta be careful about it. But I don't feel like it works. Do you have Mega Man 9 and 10? Yeah, I have them on the collection that is on Steam. And I obviously play them on stream as well, so yeah. Mega Man 9 is my favorite one without a doubt. And even if I like Mega Man 10 less, it's still nice. Has some good songs as well. But yeah, Mega Man 9 is the best one. The best. I don't know how to do this champ though. Is there any needle expert in chat? Is that a champ? I would like to commit to an idea so I can try that idea over and over again. But that's the thing, I need to know which is the right idea. Because the execution is not easy, so that's precisely why I need to know the theory. What makes 9 the best? Well, at least to me, it has the best music, the best level design, the best robot masters, and it's also very challenging, which you can say that it's a given for Mega Man, but for example, Mega Man 4, 5, and 6, with the Charge Mega Master, they trivialize the game a lot. They make a lot of things that will normally be hard, they make it quite trivial. So that leaves you with 1, 2, and 3. And mind you that 1, 2, and 3, they are games I also like a lot, but if we're gonna compare them to 9, to explain why I like it the best, 1 is a game that has some very awkward decisions and also some very awkward fuck. Okay, at least I know what to do there. It's, as I say before, jumping here into a double jump. I can't believe I got killed by this shit though. Alright, but that's the strat. Okay, I was about to say, Mega Man 1 is a game with very weird balance. I mean, Elec Man essentially fucks you up with no mercy, but every other boss is mostly free. And obviously it's a game that, since it's the first one, there are a lot of ideas that weren't Either weren't fully fleshed out or that will be more fleshed out on the following games. So there's that. For Mega Man 2, it's a very good game and probably one of the best NES games, but the lack of the slide is something that makes it it doesn't make it bad by any means, but it makes it slower to play. And there are a lot of things that are relatively hard to do without the slide. Even though the game was designed around it, it will be better to have the slide. Nice. And then Mega Man 3 to me is the best game on the NES. Without a doubt, it's the best NES game to me. So right there, for that one I can't really say much. In the sense that if I gotta compare it to 9, it will be just a matter of preference. That I just like Mega Man 9's music more and the design of the Robot Masters more. But aside from that, I don't think I can really give many objective reasons for why 9 is better than 3, but it's barely better than 3. 3 is, to me, a very good game. But and then if you want to ask about 7 and 8, to me 7 and 8 have very questionable level design, have in both cases a very hard final boss, more in 7 than in 8, like to the point that it gets ridiculous how hard it is. And I also not a very big fan of the aesthetics of the game either, because obviously they are more than 8-bit graphics, but I feel like, well, the aesthetic on Mega Man 7 I think I don't mind. The one I don't like that much is the one on Mega Man 8, because it feels like, it's a weird thing to describe, but it feels that none of the things that are there really merge well together. Wow, this is so fucked up. Okay, it could be worse, but damn, that Vine Champ is gonna be an absolute piece of shit. Well, like any Vine Champ, really. But essentially, that's what I have to say for why Mega Man 9 is the best. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep in the middle of the explanation. But yeah, that's what I think. Oh, well, I guess I haven't compared it to Mega Man 10 and 11. With 10 is also something similar to what I said about 3. Just that I also think that 10 suffers from some relatively questionable level design as well. Not that bad, but I don't like it more than 9 at all. And then for 11 is a good game. But I feel like it has too many mechanics that trivialize the game a lot. I mean, the whole gear thing makes it quite easy to do a lot of stuff. So unless you're playing in superhero difficulty where everyone fucking murders you, the gear things just make the game quite easy. Which is understandable that it's there because it's supposed to be a game that tries to go for a wider appeal. But yeah, not a fan of that. And, you know, I feel that I'm gonna say something. I think I will be a pretty good parent. Because if someone asked me to you know, read them a story to sleep. They just need to ask me about a game. I could be talking about it for hours. I don't need to tell them stories. Just tell them my you know, my affection with some games. Or if they ask me why Street Fighter V is trash, man, we'll be rambling for hours. Wait, what am I looking at? Do you even get to that bottom save? Do you even wanna get to that save? I mean, I guess you do, but that seems so out of the way. Pretty sure... Well, actually, yeah, you need to get it, because you need to reload your champ, but... I'm not sure how to get there. Like, what? Unless... No, but I don't think it's possible to slide down the vine to the left. I guess I could try, but... I feel like I'm gonna land in one of these. I guess it's worth trying. Yeah, the gears make the whole game trivial, pretty much. But yeah, to me, 9 is the best Mega Man, period. Regardless of if you're talking about Mega Man X or whatever, to me Mega Man 9 is all the way up there. But I also gotta say that Mega Man X4 is an amazing game. Mega Man X4 is just so well done. I will place Mega Man X4 higher than some of the OG Mega Man games, which is something that I wouldn't do with almost any other Mega Man X game. I mean, I guess I will place the first Mega Man, the first 5 Mega Man X games higher than Mega Man 6 and 7. Yes. No. 7 and 8. Sorry, my bad. I don't know if I will place them above any of the NES ones, but I guess I will have to replay them because it's been a while since I did that. Now the problem here is that buying aside and however you reach the checkpoint aside, the problem here is how the fuck do you do this champ? It's a nerf gate champ, but like you jump from here? So you jump from here, I don't think you have the angle to do this. It doesn't look like it. 2 and 3 are great, never played 4, 5 and 6. If you're talking about the OG ones, 4, 5 and 6, as I say, have the Charge Mega Buster. Having the Charge Mega Buster makes the games quite easy. Because essentially you can replace a lot of the weaknesses of the Robot Masters for that. And also you don't really struggle against any enemy that appears. You can just kinda easily get rid of them. Love the art style and overall aesthetic of 7, 8 and X4. It's... the X4 aesthetic I definitely like it. And I think the Mega Man 7 one I also like it. The Mega Man 8 one probably not so much, but... I mean, considering that it's still a 2D game, well, a game with sprites, that's something that obviously makes me respect it infinitely more than Ed 7 and Ed 8. But yeah, that champ is gonna be a problem. Seems that that's just one of those untested champs. Like, that one just looks extremely hard. And it wasn't probably meant to be extremely hard. But yeah. The lack of testing strikes again. It's fine. I really don't know. I guess I will have to be lucky. Because the more I think about that champ, the more impossible it looks like. But I think it's a matter of just doing it. But it's the Draenor strategy. Draenor does that a lot. When it comes to I wanna be the guy fan games, he just does the... He doesn't think, he just feels. I also just realized that this Spike sprite is the same as the regular Spike sprite. That's cool. In my fan game I did something similar, but I guess I made it... There is one son of my fan game that has a Spike that is essentially this one, but slightly brighter. Slightly. Just slightly. But yeah, and speaking of my fun game, as I say yesterday, there are 3 screens remaining and that will be the end of it. The end of the needle screens, because I still want to do a boss at the end and that probably will take a while. So if I had to put my calculations, at most the game should be done by February, which is not very nice, I guess, but it's not gonna be done this year. There is no way I somehow managed to finish it this year. But it will either have to be January or February. If it's February, it will essentially complete the 1 year of development time, which is something, I guess. Hey Yannick, how is it going? Happy Black Friday? Is it? I don't know, I haven't purchased anything and I also don't plan on purchasing anything. I mean, you know how it is with Black Friday. The companies just increase the prices and then put a discount on top of the increased prices. I bought a HyperX mouse to replace my double clicky one. Nice. In my case, the one that double click was the Logitech I used to use, so well, I replaced it with another Logitech. This one has less features, it's more vanilla. I don't use my mouse that much. I mean, I obviously use it to use the computer normally, but when it comes to games I barely use it, so I don't really need a good mouse, or not a very good mouse at least. It would be nice though at some point to buy good peripherals. to see how it feels to use good peripherals. Because I mean, the peripherals I use are the most basic bitch peripherals you can imagine. You know, a cheap ass 1080p 60Hz monitor, a red dot mouse or whatever the fuck they are called with not even any additional button, and a membrane keyboard of the most stock kind. Well, it has multimedia buttons at least. It will be nice at some point to experience how it feels to have an ergonomic mouse with a 144 Hz monitor with a mechanical keyboard. Because I never own any of those things, ever. Simply because I think they are not necessary. They are just overpriced. And I still think that way, so... I guess it ain't gonna happen. I really enjoy the good ones. The good what? Monitor, keyboard, or mouse? Or maybe all of them. We are talking about all of them. Yes. Well, when I get the new computer, at least I will have a better base than the one I have right now. Because buying a 144 Hz monitor with a build like the one I currently have doesn't seem very smart, because most games won't run at that. Nice. So I was right about the buying. You're supposed to just hold left. But yeah, thank God I got past that checkpoint. That's very annoying too. Wait, and then... Okay, this is some interesting design. So you're supposed to fall all the way to the bottom right, then go to the left, and then go back again to that vertical right space. Alright. Interesting. I mean, it's not really cycles, like that's not how cycles work, but it reminds me of Cycle Needle, where you go through the same place multiple times. This is not quite that you go through the same place twice, but it's a very small portion. I'm thinking of spending money on games on Steam. Please save me. Are you asking for recommendations, or are you asking me to tell you to not waste money? Because I personally don't have to worry about it. I don't have any game in mind to buy. I should check though. Hold up. I wanna see how the Dominus collection of Castlevania is, unless it's not on sale. Because that's one I need to buy eventually. No, it's not on sale. Or at least I don't... Or maybe it is on sale, well... I guess I can check later. It doesn't seem like it's in a big discount. I think that's the reason why it didn't appear. To not waste money, well, I don't know. The best thing I can tell you is that there are so many free games out there that you can play instead of wasting it on Steam. I mean, I wanna be the guy, fan games are one of them, but you can also emulate. There are many good games out there to emulate. And yes, emulating is not free, I guess. It isn't. But hey. That collection was gifted in the Epic Games Store. No, they don't. No, the one that was gifted was the anniversary one. The Dominus one is the new one that has the Nintendo DS games. The games I want from Steam are not available anywhere. For example, give me an example and I'll tell you a replacement. I'm just gonna answer Devil May Cry to anything. I'm just kidding. Or just follow Yannick's advice and buy Mirror. Though I think they probably retired from the shop. I don't know. I'm not sure. They might have done that though. Slasher Skip, Blue Revolver, Ed Zodiac. Well, I don't know Slasher Skip, but I mean Blue Revolver, you can emulate a lot of arcade games like that. Like if you want something similar to Blue Revolver, you can, I don't know, play Mushihime-sama. I mean, Mushihime-sama is still harder, but you have a replacement there, not to mention all of the cave shoot-em-ups you have there to play. Or even better, you can go for something like Dodonpachi Daiyosho. You know, for Ed Zodiac, just play Star Fox, or if you already play Star Fox, play Galaga on the PS1. Which is not a stellar game, but it has a similar gameplay. Like that 3D shoot 'em up like that. Oh, Mirror is there? Oh, I see. Well, I guess the one they probably removed was Mirror 2 because of all the backlash. But wait, I want to know what that Slasher Skip is supposed to be, because I don't know that game. I want to give you a recommendation, but I don't know what that is. It's like a 3D game. What's this? It's an action roguelike. Oh wait, this is made by the same, but maybe not the same person. It's pretty similar to Fight Night, which is also on Steam. A replacement for that game will be but the problem is that those indie roguelite games don't tend to be anywhere other than Steam, because they are a very modern genre. Like the roguelites that are, you know, simply permadeath things with upgrades, those are a very modern phenomenon, so I don't think I can recommend you any old game like that. I can recommend you actual roguelikes, but they are a different thing. Team, that champ sucks. That champ really sucks. You're supposed to do this softly to somehow go over all of this and then double champ on the water. That is such a fucked up champ. It really is. And as always, it's a problem with Vine. Mirror 2 is gone without a trace, yeah. I mean, it's what it is. Though I'm more surprised that they were allowed to do Mirror 1. Because for what I understand in China, porn is forbidden. So I don't know how they were able to do the first Mirror game. It's like something doesn't add up. At least it wasn't illegal back then. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. Just don't tell China. Don't tell Xi. Just don't tell him and you'll be fine. Probably. Maybe. But yeah, no, I don't mean Mirror Sedge. I mean Mirror. I mean specifically Mirror. Mirror Sedge is a 3D platformer. A very good game as well, by the way. But no, it's not that one. The one I'm talking about is a match 3 game. A Bishewell clone. But yeah, it has a very specific twist. Very specific. But it's funny that after all these years, it's still pretty much the best game on Steam that does that. I don't think there is a better one than that yet. Box. Time to make a better one? Yeah, you could. I mean, the problem is getting voice acting. I guess some people do sell voice acting for cheap. And they are willing to do whatever garbage you're telling them to do. So, if you are willing to spend money, you can probably do that. Well, or you can just do it with AI. I'm sure you play lots of them. Well, I didn't play lots of them, but the few that I played are lame, and the other ones that I saw look just as lame. Boy, this and they be like, what? Well, you will be surprised. They have, there are some, well, I don't know how much money they ask for. But there are a lot of voice actors out there that will voice the most freaky ass shit, and they don't care, and that's the reason probably why they earn well. Because not many people are willing to do that. But yeah. I think that you can go for it. Maybe we can even do make a small company, the two of us, and just make a game like that. Well, that's how that sort of shit starts. Because I don't think I will be willing to do that. But yeah, that's how, I mean, games like Doom started. Just a bunch of bored dudes using their computer knowledge to make a game. Now, I don't expect to make the next Doom, but you never know. I guess, first of all, I have to finish my fan game before worrying about another development, of course. But as I say, that's not gonna happen at least until January. And at most it will be February, unless I struggle against developing the boss a lot. It should be done at most by February. My motivation is in the dumpster. Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest thing about these games. Well, these projects. Finding the motivation to do it. Because they are time investments. I mean, here's the thing. If I knew that this Needle game would take me 1 year, well, actually, I kinda expected it for me to take a year. I don't know, like, sometimes I really surprise myself. I don't know how I even got the motivation to engage in making the fun game I'm making, because I'm pretty sure I already knew beforehand that it was gonna be a huge time sink. Like, in fact, I remember Echo Mask asked me in one of the YouTube comments, I didn't know you were making a fun game. What is it about and shit like that? I say that it's a simple Needle fun game, but I'm not even sure I can finish it this year. And I was right. I'm not gonna finish it this year. But I'm surprised that I stick with it for so long. I mean, I will stick with it until I finish it and I release it. There is no doubt about it. Because otherwise it will be just throwing all that time to the trash. But I guess it's mostly because it was also a learning experience. Like, I learned a lot of things while making this fun game that I don't know if I'm gonna use them again, because honestly Game Maker kinda fucking sucks. I'm pretty sure that compared to something like Unity, it's just bad. But unfortunately, fun games are done there. I mean, I could try looking for a fun game engine in Unity, but it will never feel the same as in Game Maker. And these things have to be precise. Unless I go for an adventure game that doesn't focus on needle at all and it's more about traps or gimmicks or shit like that. And maybe bosses. But I don't know. A lot of fun game players are pretty anal about that. Traps need precision too. Depending on the trap, yeah. Though I think it's pretty interesting when you ask someone. Problem is that here, with what I'm about to say, I feel like I will be talking shit about a lot of people that I have no reason to. It's just simply an observation that when you talk to people that play fun games, usually they praise fun games that don't tend to be played that much. In the sense that, well, at least if we follow Twitch categories for people that stream fun games, there are essentially two fun games that stand out above the rest, and that's Boshi and Camellia. But usually the people that you ask about fun games don't tend to tell you those two games are the best. And yet, they are the ones up there, and Boshi doesn't have the full physics. Camellia, I don't know because I haven't played it, maybe it does, but one of the most popular fun games, has non-default physics and a lot of shit that people claim to dislike. I have a feeling that if I make something in Unity, well, as long as I make something good, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. 2D tends to stay in Game Maker. Yeah, but Game Maker is backward about a lot of stuff, and the online support is not very good. Man, and today it especially pissed me off, because I was trying to look for something, a doubt about particle effects on Game Maker, and there was a guy with the same doubt I had, and it asked it on Reddit. And the first asshole that answers just says, hey, have you read the documentation? And then the guy that had the doubt kept asking constantly because the guy wasn't being helpful, and he essentially stopped without him being helpful at all. And then some random comment below had a more useful answer. But the thing is that so many people, for what I've seen both in Reddit and the Game Maker forums, are so shit at giving advice or trying to guide someone that is new. And there is also a lot of things that Game Maker does badly. For example, it's not possible to make a timeout inside of a function, in the sense that if you want to make the game wait a specific, or not the game, a specific piece of code, you want to make it wait a specific amount of time, you can't. In the sense that you cannot do it in a straightforward way. You have to use alarms. And that's something that is just very shitty, because there is no reason for Game Maker to not support something like that. In fact, someone made, I don't know if it's a plugin or how you call it, that allows you to write code where you put something like wait 50 milliseconds and it does. So it's not even a technical limitation, it's just Game Maker being obtuse. And Unity, not only something that is way more powerful because it's supposed to be used for big projects, but also has a lot more documentation. So if you have doubts, if you are trying to do something and you don't know how, Googling it is most likely gonna solve it. Which is something that I cannot say for Game Maker. Well, unless it's some very basic shit, but even very basic shit, or shit that you would think is basic, doesn't tend to have very basic answers either. But yeah, just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT is worthless. If you cannot find something in Google, ChatGPT won't find it either, because it's a dumb piece of shit. So, unfortunately, that's not an option. And I can say that for experience. If you don't find something in Google by yourself, ChatGPT won't find it. And if it answers you something, it's most likely something that it pulled out of its ass and not something correct. But yeah, no, ChatGPT is garbage for that. Well, it's garbage for most things, but especially for finding information that you don't find on your own. If you don't find it on your own, you probably have to give up. You have a different experience. Well, I don't know about your experience, but like, if you don't make an effort at looking at Google first, maybe ChatGPT will be useful. If you actually make an effort at looking in Google, it doesn't work. In the sense that it doesn't tell you anything that you haven't already seen. You know? It won't create something out of thin air. So unless it's something that you haven't looked in Google at all, I don't think you're gonna get any new answers. Especially for things that are very specific. Because here we're talking about Game Maker, we're not talking about Java, or well, as I was saying, Unity or JavaScript, we're talking about Game Maker. It's a game engine that barely anyone uses. So it's a problem. But yeah, the point is that I don't know what I'm gonna do after the fun game that I'm making right now. I don't know what will be my next project, if I even have a project. Maybe I don't. But if I do, I probably would like to not do it in Game Maker. Because my experience so far with Game Maker hasn't been very positive. And I gotta be thankful that at least my fun game is extremely basic. Because if it was something that required more, like something more versatile, something that required more logic instead of just simply placing spikes, it will be an absolute torture probably. So yeah, I'm a little bit afraid. I mean, the next thing that I do doesn't also have to be an I wanna be the guy fun game, you know? It doesn't need to be that. Will be a different thing. Okay, I'm not sure what. I was thinking of a Mega Man fun game, but Like that will take even longer. And yeah, doesn't seem like the greatest idea. I mean, I could also try making a game, no, not a fun game, something completely original, but I also don't feel like I wanna do that. I don't feel the need to do it. And even if I felt the need to do it, I feel that anything that I have in mind will be something that is already made by another game but better. That's the problem. Make a match 3 game. That one will be an interesting thing. A hidden objects game. No, I like the match 3 idea better. So it will be interesting to make it like a game like Mirror. Because I mean, in terms of the art, I guess you can always go for AI. But the problem is that AI art is something that people will probably easily see. And, well, I guess it depends on what you are looking for. Because whatever game I release, if it's original, I'm probably not even gonna ask money for it. Because I will feel ashamed for doing that. Not so easily. Well, yeah. You can make very good AI images. Just get a pro to retouch them. Well, no, that is not gonna happen. Anything that I do will be done by me. Like, I'm not thinking of paying anyone to do anything. Because here's the thing. My idea when it comes to developing is doing things by myself. If I have to pay someone else, I feel like that already loses its touch. Because my objective is not doing a top-selling game. If that was the case, then obviously, yeah, you want to invest in anything you can, like artists, marketing, shit like that. Probably get a couple of loans to do that, but that's not my objective. My objective is not making money from a game, it's just making a game that is cool to play. I should have hell left. Damn it. And then after that I think it's full champ on top of this, then Tim, this actually looks so hard. Damn. I mean, we've been in this room for quite a while. But so far, how many rooms does this make? 53, 4, 5, 6. So far we got 4 full rooms, and half of one, which is half of this one. 4.5 is not bad, and we are not even close to the end of the stream either, so this is good progress, even if it ends on this checkpoint somehow, which I doubt, but it could have. Retouch them yourself. I have 0 artistic knowledge, bro. Or rather, see, here's the thing. All of the pixel art, if you wanna call it that way, of my fan game was retouched by me. Which, I mean, in games like this that have very low resolution pixel art is not hard to do. Nice, team, and I almost fucked up. That was a double jump, what I did there. I didn't mean to, I meant to do a straight jump. I'm glad the warp was low enough to allow that, because otherwise that would have been a monumental choke. No, it wasn't, thankfully. Anyways, I was saying that for my fan game I did retouch a couple of sprites to make them more original. But yeah, the sprites I'm talking about are like at most 32 pixels by 32 pixels. And spikes are even less than that because they are a triangle form. But yeah, I did that. But when it comes to anatomy, human beings, that's a different story, you know. That's something that even good artists know that it's hard. Some have an innate talent to do it, and stuff like that flows naturally. But regardless, even they admit that anything related to anatomy is hard to do. So if you were to make a match 3 game with AI art for the characters, I wouldn't be able to retouch them. And I wouldn't want anyone to do it either. Unless they are willing to do it for free. And even then I will not feel good about it. It will be an abuse. I mean, then again, I'm not expecting to make money off it, because the idea will be releasing it for free. I cannot imagine myself making a game and actually ask money for it. Because it will have to be something very good, and I don't think I can do something like that. Like something that I will be like them. I want to spend money on this. I cannot imagine that. Even of games that I feel will require a lot more effort, and I personally will spend money on them. Even those, like, I have an idea of doing a game similar to Ridge Racer, the original Ridge Racer. Now, the original Ridge Racer is an extremely short game. The kind of game that if you release it today, it wouldn't ask money for it, because I mean, if it asks money, it will have to be a very small amount, because it's a very small game. But yeah, something like that, even something like that, I will just release it for free, even though it will still take some effort. But it will take effort if you want to make something as good as Ridge Racer. If you just copy the formula without caring about the quality, it's a different story. But yeah, make something as good as that. Wait, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? Sham. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kinda assume it was like that. I guess I got my confirmation. I don't know, there are too many things that you could think of. What will be the next project? Or maybe I could just do what Yannick does and become a Blue Archive player. You ask yourself a lot. Well, you have to. You know? You have to, because it's hard to know what to do. And by that I mean what to do with your life. There are many options, especially in the age of the internet. If it wasn't the age of the internet, you will be more limited. You will probably be limited to whatever shit you can manage on your little village. It doesn't have to be a village. You can live in a city, but the point is that you will be more limited. But in the age of the internet, you can do whatever you want. So that's why I have to ask myself, what do you wanna do? There are too many options, and some of them are very time consuming, and precisely because of that, you want to make sure that whatever you are getting into is something that you will see through the end. Because, you know, spending years for something that doesn't go anywhere, it serves as a lesson, but it's a very expensive lesson. And life is too short, you know. I mean, already to me, if I think about it from a more general perspective, having spent, or rather, the fact that I will spend a whole year making a fun game, even though obviously it wasn't 24/7, but it essentially from beginning to end was a year, or will be a year. And that's already crazy. 1 year is not a small amount of time, you know? Like, when you know that on average, well, in my case, I'm 28, so there will be, most likely, if everything goes right, like, I don't know, something like 65 more years in my lifespan. And the fact that one of them was used for a fun game is interesting. And not to mention that some of those later years I probably wouldn't be able to do something like this. Something like the fun game I'm doing. I don't think my head will be on the right place there. That even makes you take away even more years. Like you will probably be talking about something like 40 years. And one of them was made to make a fun game. And it could be worse, because if you're actually thinking of making a commercial game and not a fun game, and especially if you're doing it by yourself, you could be looking at 5 years. And 5 years, like, at that point, that's a lot, dude. Like, unless you are really, really sure that's what you want, that's why you have to ask yourself a lot. Are you willing to use 5 years, 5 full years, on a single thing? Well, on a single thing is relative, because you will be doing other stuff. But a project that essentially only gives you something at the end. Because, for example, you can also be saying, damn, you've been streaming for 6 years, you really dedicated 6 years to streaming. Yeah, but that's something I like doing, in the sense that I don't see it as a project. It's not a project, it's not a job, it's a hobby. But I wouldn't see developing a game as a hobby. I find it hard to enjoy the process of developing a game. A lot of times I just have to kind of force myself to progress my fun game. A lot of times I just look at the screen, at an empty room, I mean a level, right? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Well, in fact, the room I currently am at is one of those, and I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's empty, still doesn't have a single thing, and I still don't know what to do. It's what I mean with that. Like, developing games, or well, developing anything is something that I wouldn't see as a hobby in itself. Ah, that was so close, damn it. That's a shame. You just do what you know how to do, you struggle with the creative part. Yeah, I do. Not a level designer. Well, but that's the thing. You are not something until you are. You know, when I got my job, I wasn't a web developer either. I became a web developer because of the circumstances, but it's not like that was my profile. And in this case, it's the same thing. I wanna make a fun game, and I'm doing it. I'm not a level designer, as you say. I'm not even an artist, because if you think about the sprite work and all that shit, but you just do what the circumstances make you do, you know? See, I can't believe that one is actually hard too. Isn't it better to land on the right? I can't tell if the gap is better on the right. I mean, you're probably not intended to do it, so I will do it on the left, but then... Have you read how to design levels iteratively? No. I haven't. But I mean, considering that there are only 3 screens remaining, I think I don't need to. Because it will be a little bit too late by now. No, but as I said, it's too late for that, dude. There's only 3 rooms remaining. Like, I can do that with what I currently have, so... If I was still studying, I would consider it, but... I don't think so. It's a little bit too late. But I don't think it's a bad thing, but... Even knowing what to do... I don't think that's also a good argument in terms of enjoying what you do. Knowing what you do is not the same as enjoying it, and that especially applies to web development. I'm a web developer, I know how to do that, that's what my job is. It doesn't mean I enjoy doing it. Hey, I'm quite good at doing it. So the level design thing is the same thing. Even if I knew theoretically how to do it, doesn't mean it will be something I will enjoy doing, you know? And that is essentially what matters. Because if you're sticking to a very long project, you don't wanna feel like it's a chore, you know? And again, I will repeat, even if you know how to do something doesn't mean you will enjoy it. But yeah, it's hard to tell what I will do next. But first I will have to worry about finishing what's already on my plate, and I will. But yeah, I don't know when. Well, unless a truck runs me over tomorrow, which will be pretty tragic, but let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm also interested in seeing, because as you say, I'm not a level designer and I didn't watch any level design tutorial, I just went by instinct. I want to see how people like it. But then again, I think it will be something similar to this game that I'm playing right now. In the sense that there will be people that saying, yeah, it's cool, Needle. And that's it. Which is fine. I mean, that's the... Well, that will be a good opinion. It will be about a disheartening opinion if they say your needle sucks, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be anything outstanding. And making a fun game is something pretty different from making a commercial game. When it comes to a fun game, people usually are willing to look past a lot of shit that is not good simply because it's something that you do, you know, or as a passion thing. You don't do it for money. So a lot of people are willing to overlook a lot of shit that otherwise wouldn't be overlooked. So I think even with an overall positive reception, it will still be something that if we're talking our level design, and that champ sucks. If we're talking our level design, it will still be something that I wouldn't know if I'm good at it or not. But it's okay. There are a lot of things to ponder, to think about, to ask. It happens to everyone. And that's the important thing to also know. It happens to everyone, including the people that you might think that they have life already resolved. It happens even to the people that a lot of other people look up to, of asking what to do. What do you do with your time? And it's hard to come up with an answer, because time is very limited, and the things that are usually worth doing take a lot of that time. So yeah, it's the eternal struggle. I think there's been a single person on history that knew what to do at all times. Yeah, you can entertain yourself playing games and watching TV. That's also a thing you could do. And I mean, I could do that myself as well. Well, in fact, I'm kinda doing it. It's just that I'm also producing something that might not be very big, but I guess it's something that is about making something rather than consuming it. But yeah, that still doesn't mean much. I mean, it's not like making something, regardless of what it is, will always be more valuable than consuming. That's not necessarily the case. So, yeah, I don't know. They are existential questions. Quality content, yeah, something that doesn't happen. Indeed. No, I mean, that's the reason why I tell you that streaming is a hobby and something I like. Because if it wasn't, I would have already stopped. Because it doesn't take... You don't have to be too smart to realize when you are cut for something and when you aren't. I'm definitely not cut to be a big and/or successful streamer, and that's fine. But yeah, that's the thing. If that was my objective with the streams, I would have stopped, because clearly I would have learned my lesson. But no, that's not how it works. Stupid ass fly. That's not how it works. I do it because I enjoy it. For now. You never know when that will stop. Because some things you enjoy them for a while and then you don't. And I'm gonna murder this fly. I really will. But yeah, it is what it is. They are existential questions. I mean, the easy thing is to not ask them, yes. I guess our brain cannot help itself. The issues can't help themselves. Brains are... I mean, the whole human body, including the brain, feels like it's constantly self-sabotaging yourself. Like thinking about stupid shit, making you hurt in places that makes no sense. But I mean, things like... The biggest example is the... how is it called? The wisdom teeth. That's the biggest example of the most stupid self-sabotage that a body can do. Like, what a stupid bitch. Just make them drop before making them do whatever they do that grants a removal. Stupid ass body. Like, who are you playing with? Are you on my side? Or are you... like, what's your problem? And with existential questions, it's the same story. They can be useful, but at the same time, constantly asking them is not useful. Because at some point you kinda stop... like, you kinda forget how to enjoy what you do, regardless of what you do. But yeah, sometimes the body does some stupid shit, and that includes obviously the brain. Just a self-sabotage for no reason. People with Latin roots tend to need to remove them. Well, thankfully in my case it hasn't been the case. Yet. And I hope it never becomes the case. I still have them, and apparently they were never a problem. Okay, that champ there, like, it has to be easier on the right side, because it doesn't make sense that I'm getting so fucked here, dude. Like, I'm willing to try it on the right side. And when you go on the right side, you will have to champ to the left. But, like, I failed that champ 5 times, if not more, so I'm gonna go right on the next one. This just doesn't make any sense. Not that I pay attention to the gameplay, but I have seen the room number grow. Yeah. So far we've beaten 5 rooms. So that is impressive. But it seems that we might be running out of fuel right here. Though it's a shame, because the champ that is filtering me here is what's supposed to be an easy champ. It shouldn't be hard to do. Yet it is. So that's the problem. I hate it when that happens. When a champ that looks easy ends up costing me a lot. Okay, so I'm aiming for the right. I went too fast on the right there. Yeah, I mean, I think the issue is not the angle or whatnot here. The issue is calculating the fall, because it's a very big fall. But it's hard to know exactly where to look at while you are moving to the left or to the right. Damn it, dude. That champ will be my nemesis. I wanna see how the next checkpoint looks like. Well, the next checkpoint... I don't think it looks bad. I mean, this one also doesn't look bad, that's the thing. But bro, it's failing every time. That champ to the left is just failing. I either hit the top or the bottom spike. Like, unless I need a specific align. But then again, the align you will get there will be the one on the left wall. Then you could theoretically get this align too. I think that's more trouble than what's worth. And it probably doesn't make it easier either. It is what it is. Regardless of what... I can't believe that. If only I did that from the beginning, because I told you the left champ is so shitty that you have to go on the right, and maybe that's even the intended way. It's just that it doesn't look like the intended way to do that. It looks like you're intended to drop on the left, but dropping on the right is just so much easier. Whatever. Fuck that. Fuck that champ. Now let's see how this checkpoint is. Wait, we are advancing, as you said. Will be faster, but so far it's clearly been faster than the previous streams. That's for sure. I was out to say that regardless of whatever my next project might be, I'll let you know. As I also said, it won't be until I finish the current one. Nothing yet. Maybe my next project will be becoming a fighting game pro at Street Fighter 6. Now you will be surprised, the people that play those games, the amount of time they put into them is crazy. And a lot of that time is not even spent fighting other players. It's spent in training mode, practicing setups that are hard to do or hard to react to. Is your game just for gamers? Yes. I mean, if you don't have any experience with an I Wanna Be the Guy fan game, you shouldn't play it. You can try, it's just that you probably shouldn't. You probably should not try. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah. I played KOF 98, 99 for 5 years straight, so I know what you mean. But the thing is that in cases like this, where it's a current game that has international reach and it's the most played fighting game worldwide, that's when it gets even more crazy, because the people that are at the top are crazy. They are crazy in the head. Because when a game has so much competition, the ones that are at the top are the ones that did what not many people are willing to do. Like, just basically train the majority of the time. And train a lot of stuff that you will probably not want to do, and much less for extended periods of time. But at least I feel like it will be something cool to play a game that has an active competition. I mean, it will still, if we're talking about productivity, it will obviously be less productive than actually trying to develop something, but at that point it will be how much you care about productivity. You know? I don't know. It's crazy that I'm already thinking about something that will happen in at least 2 months. Just that they are the kind of things that you kinda want to mentally prepare. Yeah, fighting games are like chess with execution component, correct? Most people struggle with execution. Yeah, but believe it or not, there is also a very big knowledge check. Well, chess also has that when it comes to setups and situations. But fighting games are also, at high level especially, it's about how you react to buttons. Like, we are not even talking about what you do in a general situation, like someone miss an uppercut, how do you punish? Which is a global thing usually. We're talking about how do I punish a block Blanca crouching medium punch? We're talking about that. Like knowing how to react to one specific button of one specific character. That's the level we're talking. And even if I don't think that there is a top player that knows how to react to every situation, you gotta understand that those guys up there have a lot of that type of knowledge. So even if you have a general knowledge, like you more or less know when you're supposed to attack, when you want to block instead, and the general game mechanics, and even if your execution is good, like the knowledge of those specific situations can give you such an insane advantage, and these people have it. They really do. Yeah, character matchups are important. Yeah, the more games, well, that's not necessarily the case though. And I'll tell you why. Well, a lot of people say that Smash is not a fighting game, and that's okay. I'm not here to argue that, but the thing is that Smash Melee is a game that has like, what, 30 characters or something? That doesn't matter because the viable ones are like 10 at most. So the amount of characters doesn't matter as much as the balance of the game. In a game like Street Fighter 2, for example, well, I don't know if that's the best example actually, now that I think about it. But it's not a good example because there are not that many characters in the first place. But like, actually, let's talk about Street Fighter 5. You know that it's a game that I always talk shit about, but I can actually have something relatively useful to say about that game. Street Fighter 5 is a game that does have top tiers, especially at the end of its lifespan. But it's a game that, because of how neutral it is, it's more or less balanced in the sense that someone can fuck you up with a character that might not be close to be considered top tier, simply because the low tiers are not extremely low, like they are in a game like Melee, right? So at that point, yes, it becomes a little bit excruciating to learn so many matchups, because you might need to. But it all depends on the balance of the game. If it's a game that has like 3 top tiers, and then maybe like 8 mid tiers and everyone else is absolute shit, even if your game has 50 characters, it doesn't matter. Now, Street Fighter, or rather modern Street Fighter games, tend to be on the balance side. I mean, Street Fighter 4, 5, and 6 are games where you can easily get beaten by characters that were considered low tier. The best example, I think, in Street Fighter 4 is a character like Gen. Gen is like a mid-low tier character. Doesn't really excels at anything in particular. I mean, it excels in some setups, but you would rather use another character. And yet, there was one guy named Xian that was able to win Evo with it. Simply because even if it was a low tier character, it wasn't low tier and usable. It was just worse than the top tiers. And that was great. I mean, Street Fighter 4 in general is a great game. And Street Fighter 5, as much as I fucking hate it, I'm pretty sure you could do that too. You could pick a character that wasn't considered high, like top tier, and still win. But yeah, Street Fighter games are like that, and for what I see, Street Fighter 6 is also like that. And it's like that because it's a game where the general system mechanics are what tends to matter the most. Like, every character has access to the degenerate shit that tends to get other people hit. It's just that there are obviously better characters to do that with, but pretty sure that you could potentially do that with anyone. Yeah, I guess when it comes to modern fighting games in general, there isn't really any modern fighting games with very low tiers. I mean, for better or for worse, most modern fighting games tend to be balanced, so you could theoretically pick any character and win. Well, and I mean that from a more realistic approach. If you go to a Super Turbo tournament against people that are actually playing seriously, which I don't think you're gonna find much nowadays, but we're going to a tournament of Super Turbo with people playing seriously, and you pick someone like, I don't know, T-Hawk, I don't think you're gonna get very far. Like, even if you are super good at it, unless nobody's playing seriously, you're not gonna win a tournament with T-Hawk. Like, the moment you encounter a Vega or any broken ass character, you're gonna get fucked. But yeah, modern fighting games don't really operate like that. Especially not with the fact that they have constant updates. So if there's something that is deemed too strong or a character is just too shit, they will tweak it. So you don't have the stuff like, for example, well, again, Super Turbo and Capcom games in general are an interesting example because technically they have multiple versions. Street Fighter 2 has like 5 versions. But the thing is that those versions in itself are not immune to the fact that there are no updates. Even if you are at the last version, which is in this case it's Super Turbo, you're still gonna get bugged the moment someone finds some broken shit. And yeah, it's been found a long time ago. Good luck with that game. But no, obviously my idea will be playing modern fighting games. And really my only realistic choice will be Street Fighter 6, and that's mostly because I like Street Fighter. It is what it is. I don't think any of the current fighting games catch my attention, aside from that one. Because Tekken 8 is a game that it seems just completely inferior to Tekken 7. It doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean, it's the same feeling that I had with Street Fighter 5. Will I play Street Fighter 5 when Street Fighter 4 is better in every way? Well, same thing applies to Tekken 8. Why would I play that when Tekken 7 is better in every way? Then there is Mortal Kombat. I never liked Mortal Kombat. And not just because of the gore, but never really liked it as a fighting game. It was always too shank to play. Then you have Guilty Gear Strive. That's a game that unfortunately I gotta say I am curious to try it, and the fact that it's cheap on Steam doesn't help, but I don't think I'm gonna like it. I mean, it already doesn't help that I don't think there is a single non-DLC character that I like, and I don't wanna pay for DLC, so yeah. Which is different from Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6, I think there is at least 10 characters from the main roster I like. That's not a problem. Oof, okay, and then this. Nice. Oof. Those movements have to be very precise. Alright. Unfortunately, this last checkpoint, if one bind wasn't enough, it has two. So if you think that one bind wasn't enough, well, think again, because you're gonna have it and you're gonna like it. So yeah, that looks bad, but it's alright. On the right side, no, actually there is no right side. I mean, you could say at the right side that it's a short checkpoint, all things considered, and it is. But I also remember some other short checkpoints in previous floors, and they were not very nice. One of them I think was floor 50. The last checkpoint of floor 50, of floor 49, I think it was. Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one zone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no. It was probably 50. It was most likely floor 50. That had a very fucked up bind champ, and it was essentially the only champ in the checkpoint, and it took me a very long time. Now, what is this? Because if you stick to the left, you're not gonna do this. Like, if you try to fall vertically, that's not gonna work. Does the title have a typo? No. How is it going colon? No, it doesn't have a typo. Oh, I think you have a typo. Perhaps. No, that's a trap. You're gonna say something like a type of dick in your mouth or some shit like that, right? Yeah, alright, pretty funny. But no, that ain't gonna work. You took too long already. So yeah, whatever. That was a good one. Hey, I don't know where you saw the typo. It says I wanna best the 100 floors. Like you could say that it's an unnatural best. Best as in surpassing. As in, you know, beating. No, okay, that's a reasonable assumption. It's a reasonable assumption because that could be an easy typo since S is next to E, to A. But yeah, no, it's best. It's actually best. That's kind of like this Maker's gimmick. All of his games have that logic. Yeah, it's actually also next to E. So if it was I wanna beat, it would also be a possible typo. But yeah, this guy essentially has I wanna best the needle 1, 2, 3, and 4. I wanna best the 50 floors, and finally I wanna best the 100 floors, which is this one. But it's kinda his thing. I don't know if he's working on a game or not. Actually, hey, are you there, Wasabi? Because it makes me wonder how many people are even in the I Wanna Be The Guy Discord. Because for example, it would be nice to, you know, randomly talk to this guy if he's there. I don't know how popular it even is. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people that play I Wanna Be The Guy are people that might not be very fond of Discord in the first place. It's a lot of I Wanna Be The Guy players are even older than me. I mean, a lot of them are in Colo's age. So, well, some of them don't mind Discord, but I know that some other people around that age absolutely loathe Discord. But yeah, I also know Macedonia if he's around Colo's age or if he's around my age or younger. You never know. That's the thing. It's a surprise. You don't know what each creator is like. Some of them will probably want anonymity, of course. I'm a young man. Well, yeah, but you know, you are from a generation that didn't really start with Discord, in the sense that Discord wasn't your first social media, or rather your first messaging tool, because social media is a big word. But for a lot of people, believe it or not, Discord was their first messaging tool. But yeah, that's what I mean. Well, it also wasn't for me. You're essentially... Yeah, I know. I didn't start with Discord either. But... why are you another generation? Well, because there are a lot of... It's not you in particular, but there are a lot of people your age that don't wanna bother with Discord. Like, they are just like, yeah, that... Like they probably refer to it like that Zoomer shit. But yeah, it depends from person to person. It's just that you are most likely to use Discord the younger you are. Well, until the next messaging application comes out and Discord is seen as the old man application, you know. You never know when that's gonna happen. So far it's not looking like it. But yeah. I mean, we are essentially, you and me, we are from the MSN era. But yeah. IRC. IRC was actually not very popular here ever. Like here people, I remember when I was in school, like most people use Messenger. MSN Messenger. That was the one. I think that IRC was never really used by anyone, or like by a large amount of people here, I mean. I don't know how this champ goes. Not like that, that's what I know. I actually don't know how to do that champ, because with this distance I don't think you can hold left. You will get hit by this mini spike. But I'm pretty sure if you let yourself fall and then steer left, it might not be enough either. So you might need instead to try to fall to the right and then double jump to the left. I think that's the strat. Messenger and AOL are more like message between friends. IRC is more like public chat rooms. Well, in that case, people were more using either forums or shit like Fotolog. Or later on Facebook. Shit like that. They didn't really use the IRC. We were in translation class the other day and we were talking about Pagares, because the translation will be IOU, and my teacher told us she translated a document with a tool that was used to find people. It was ICQ and then spell ICQ. Wait, and what's the... I don't think I understand the story here. What's the right tool? The tool, no, not the right tool. What's the right spelling? Yeah, but is ICQ an actual real acronym, or is it like that simply because it sounds like ICQ? Or is the fact that it reads like ICQ something that is used? Oh, so it's not a real acronym. It's one of those that it's spelled like that simply so it's easier to remember. Huh. Nice. That's pretty cool. I think I know of some acronyms like that, it's just that they are not coming to my mind right now, unfortunately. I didn't even double jump there. It was funny. That's not an easy jump. Even if it looks like one, it's not. The thing is that I'm really not a fan of acronyms. I really am not. I kinda hate them. But then again, it's also something that is the typical thing that it depends on if you know them or not. Because right now, if I read the acronym, I was gonna say CPU, but that one, I don't think most people even care about the fact that it's an acronym. But if I see something like, I don't know, ICBM, like, that will be annoying the first time you see it, that you wouldn't know what the fuck that means. I guess once you already know what it means, it doesn't bother you as much. So it will still be nice if people clarify them. At least when it's the first time they mention it in a text. Yeah. But there are some other acronyms where the meaning doesn't really matter too much, because already the acronym in itself can be used as an identifier. What the fuck is that? ICBM is Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. So essentially the kind of thing that gets used to attack a nation that is far from you. Well, in fact, I don't know if you can load a nuclear warhead in an ICBM. Probably not. But yeah, they are missiles that travel. I mean, the easiest way to describe them quickly is long-distance missile. You terrorist? What you mean, why the fuck I know that? You can accuse me of being you know, a hopeless Miku obsessed fan. Because she mentions that in Senbon Sakura, one of the more popular Vocaloid songs. Yeah, terror, you can say terrorist. You cannot say another word that starts with T, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't try to say it either. No, that one doesn't matter because it's Spanish. It's a word in English. But don't say it because I will have to delete your message. So yeah, so don't do that. Words in Spanish, nobody gives a shit. Like, I've seen streamers that are actually very known that use words that the equivalent in English will warrant a ban. So yeah, no, don't worry. If it's in Spanish, it's okay, most likely. No, it's an English one. ICBM is common knowledge. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's common knowledge for people that follow international news. It's just that international news are trash. So I don't blame them for not following them. Nice. Alright. Then 2 vines. And they are in 2 different checkpoints as well. But hey, that's been 6 floors. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6 floors. This has been the best progress in a while for this game. We're talking about a game where I struggle even doing 2 whole floors in a single stream. So 6 floors is crazy. Very good progress. I mean, hopefully it stays that way. But I mean, even if I don't get past this floor, I will be satisfied with this outcome. Very nice. Too high. There is a 2.8 million view video with Intercontinental Ballistic Missile in the title that is basically the whole world. Yeah. Obviously. I actually don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was Senbon Sakura, my first encounter with that acronym. I don't think I knew what an ICBM was before that. But yeah. And the fact that Miku pronounces it ICBM is even cuter. That's just Miku. It's just the way she operates. She can even make talking about a fucking missile cute. Well, not to mention that the whole song is about lives being lost for no reason in war. A pretty cute song. That's just how Vocaloid in general is. I want to listen to it now. You say it because you know the song and you just wanted to listen it again, or you don't know the song? You are talking about probably the most popular Vocaloid song. You don't know the song, really? But I mean, if you're not into Vocaloid, it makes sense. But yeah, the song is called Senbon Sakura, which means, well, 1,000 cherry petals. Yeah. It's one of the most popular ones. Why would you even care about that? But you mean international news? I mean, some people just like treating the world as its own, you know, as its own series. They use it as a replacement for, I don't know, watching Breaking Bad. Massive destruction. Yeah, but it is as I say, a lot of people just watch international news because it's a form of entertainment, believe it or not. So, for those people, ICBM is a basic concept. It is essentially the shit that countries that are constantly at war tend to shit each other with. So yeah. Well, I think for it to be an ICBM though, it's not as simple as two neighboring countries fighting. I think it's more than that. Like, I don't think you use one of those to fire at a neighboring country. The animation of the arcade version of Project Diva for the song is top notch. Yeah, it is. It's one of those videos with the most amount of effort put into it. Other videos like that will be something like Decorator or, well, the original Love is War. Well, actually, that one is good, but I don't think it will have the amount of war that Senbon Sakura has. Probably people into UCD. No, I'm not gonna fall for that, dude. That's very obvious. Anything that has CD in the acronym is too obvious. Is that one included on the PC game? Yes. If the video you're talking about is the one where Miku starts visiting all of the other characters and at the end they all dance under the cherry blossoms, yes, that one is in the game. And you can dress the characters however you like. So yeah, you have that one. And you also have another one. Like in Mega Mix in the PC version, for some reason Senbon Sakura has that version and also a 2D video version that I think it's the original. I don't know how to do that, Sham. What the hell? That looks like a very fucked up Sham. But yeah. And for that game, for Mega Mix, I think, as I say, another good video will be Decorator. I think it's called Decorator. Let me think of other good videos from that game. Well, Sweet Devil. I mean, those are the games that are made by Sega themselves and have a high budget. So it is to be expected. videos. There are some others that are made by fans that won a contest, and some other ones are the simple video where Miku is in a stage singing and dancing. But yeah, then you have videos like those that have a lot more effort. Another one is Ghost Rule, Hibana, Black Rock Shooter, Deep Sea something. I don't remember the third word of that song. Deep Sea. Well, I don't know. Deep Sea something. Something in the Deep Sea. But yeah, those videos have a lot of effort put into them. It's just that Senbon Sakura, well, and Decorator are one of the ones that use the whole cast of characters at the same time, all together. Ah, that was so close, didn't it? But yeah, that's the idea. Let me think of another one that uses all 6 of the Vocaloids in a single video. Well, there is one that I think uses 4 of them instead. I just don't remember the name of the song. It's a very slow song. I think by default it has Rin, Len, Miku, and Luca, I think. What was the name of that song? Continuum Dream, I think it's called. Yeah, I think that's how it's called. Yeah, I guess aside from that, there aren't that many songs that have all 6 characters at the same time. But yeah, Senbon Sakura and Decorator are the 2 that come to my mind. Wait, did I die to off screen? Is that what happened? Did I just die to off screen? So, that's fucked up. Why wouldn't you put a collision instead of death? Why are you like this? Yes, correct. I just wanted to double check, just in case there is a room later that requires going like that. Nice. I'm glad that I wanna be the guy games give you a double champ anytime you respawn, because otherwise that would have been a soft lock. And that wouldn't be pretty nice. Well, rather it's not that they remember a double champ, it's just that the only thing they save is your position, and by default you have the double champ if you're in midair. Resetting, the only thing that does is making you warp to the position where you save, and that's it. Okay, that's that bind champ into team. This looks disgusting here. Looks absolutely disgusting. I don't think I'm beating this checkpoint today. Even if I don't, this has been some immaculate progress. Really, the best progress of this game in a while. It would be nice to reach stage 60, but keep in mind that stage 60 is not it's not the next zone, it's still this zone. Well, zone, I mean. With zone, obviously, I mean the background and music. Which, by the way, Colo is a Mega Man poser, because he didn't recognize this song being from Mega Man. Very bad. Very disappointed in you. Unbelievable. I want your Mega Man license. I wanna revoke it. I don't recognize it, but I can barely hear it. You hear it there? Yeah, this is... Well, actually, let me know. Now, I'm gonna let it in that volume for a little bit to see if you recognize it. So if you recognize it, let me know. Well, it stopped there. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Does it ring any bell? Let me put it back to the normal volume. I mean, it probably doesn't ring any bell because I'm pretty sure you didn't beat the game it's from. Like, I'm pretty sure you didn't beat it. Should I remember it? Probably no, because yeah, now that I think about it, you probably didn't play that game. It's from Mega Man 9. Sigma? No. It's not Sigma. No, Mega Man 9. It's the best Mega Man game in the series, and you haven't played it. Well, you played like the first stage. Like you played the... I know you didn't get to play it, but you should. You should. The best Mega Man game ever. Oh yes. Absolutely. Was on PS3 or Wii and had none of this at that time. Well, now you have it on the Steam collection. Well, Steam, maybe it's on other PC platforms as well. The Mega Man collection, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, that includes Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well, the best thing from that collection is 9 and 10. But yeah, you have those. Very, very good ones. Or, if you don't wanna 2 and 4, well, yeah, no, here's the thing. First of all, they are not on that collection, they are on the first collection, which has all of the NES games, from 1 to 6. Second, Mega Man 9 wipes the floor with those two games. So yeah, I'm afraid that even if they were on the same collection, Mega Man 9 still will be the best game. And you wouldn't know, that's the thing. You wouldn't know. You cannot say no. You cannot say no because I was there. Yeah. You're the only one that's gonna understand that show. No, but that's the thing. You cannot say no until you play it. You will play it and you will see how good of a game it is. Especially if you like Mega Man 2. Because just like Mega Man 2, it doesn't have the slide or the charge buster. Well, it does have it if you play as Proto Man. That's the thing, and that's another thing that it's a positive for you. Both Mega Man and 9 and 10 you can play as Proto Man, which is your beloved. So yeah. You should. Though playing as Proto Man is harder. Proto Wife. That's just roll. I mean, what? Who say that? I played the demo at that time in your house and I love it, but Mega Man X Dive caught my heart, so that will go first. Well, with Mega Man X-Dive, the cool thing is that you can play as Mega Man characters that you will never in your life be able to play as. That's very nice. Like, the fact that you can, for example, play as Gate from Mega Man X6 is crazy. Because that's the kind of character that it's a one-off character. It's not gonna appear anywhere outside of X6. Mega Man X-Dive makes that a reality. You can play with Dr. Wily. I don't remember seeing him, but maybe you are right. I do remember seeing Dr. Light dressed as Ryu from Street Fighter and being a martial artist and shit. But I don't remember Wily now that you mention it. He probably was there, or maybe I even saw it and I ignored him. Guess it would have been nice to play as him too. I swear I saw it. I mean, I don't deny it, but I don't remember either. What I do know is that as far as villain goes, I'm pretty sure that you can play as every Mega Man X villain. So you can play as Sigma, you can play as Black Zero, you can play as Gates. Well, when I say villain, I mean the main villains, because when it comes to the Mavericks, unless it's a very popular one, like Magma Dragoon, you cannot play as most Mavericks, but some of them are there. And Magma Dragoon is one of them. You can play as Sigma. And you're gonna say Sigma Balls or something? That's the classic one. Ah, damn it, if that second jump was faster, I would have gotten to the warp. I just needed it to be slightly faster. It's okay though. It was close. Okay. I'm actually surprised that the Mega Man X-Dive got a positive reception out of a lot of people. I would have expected a lot of people be like, what is this cheap mobile trash? But no, a lot of people like it. And I mean, I guess as far as gacha go, well, now it's dead as a gacha, but it probably is the best gameplay. Well, actually, I cannot say that when Genshin Impact exists, but it's one of the best gameplays in a gacha. Simply because it's a platforming game, which is something that I haven't seen yet. And maybe it exists, but maybe it's not as high quality as a Sigma what? Genshin shitbag. I mean, I can talk shit about Genshin all you like, but the gameplay is not badly done. The badly done part is essentially the story. And it's a problem when it's a game that is basing its majority on the story. That's the problem. I mean, that's the reason why I stopped playing it. Because it's Zelda. I mean, you gotta be thankful that I don't disagree with you on that. So otherwise we will be arguing until the end of the stream. But yeah, correct. Indeed. It's good gameplay. And I will say that it probably has the best gameplay of any gacha game, because even Honkai, which is a hack and slash, well, not the new one is turn-based, but Honkai Impact, that game, just like that new one that released Seed, the gameplay doesn't seem very good. Like, in the sense that it's like Genshin, in the sense that the combat is like Genshin, and I don't think Genshin combat is good. But the good thing about Genshin is the exploration, and neither Honkai Impact nor CCC have that. So, yeah. No, I mean, the fact that it's a hack and slash already puts it above all of the trash turn-based RPG gachas that flood the market. So yeah, if we're talking about that, then obviously it's a very good one. But if I had to compare it to even Dive, like Mega Man X Dive, it's worse. Obviously they are completely different type of gameplays, but from my perspective, the gameplay in X Dive is better done than the one in Honkai Impact and CCC. Because it feels, in X Dive, it really feels like what you are doing has an important impact on the level. In Honkai Impact, CCC and Genshin Impact as well, they are games that it's mostly about numbers. Like, you can be good at controlling the characters, as you know, doing rotations fast and moving well to dodge attacks and all that shit, but at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. X Dive is also a numbers game, but it usually, when it comes to the platforming, it requires a minimum amount of reflexes, which is more than what I can say about the other games. Don't play with my heart. Well, you will know when you play X Dive. X Dive is also a numbers game. It's just that it's a numbers game that rewards more playing well than a game like Genshin Impact. In fact, Genshin Impact mostly rewards you for having busted ass characters. X Dive does that as well, but as I say, there are elements to X Dive that you could have the most broken ass character that you still will need some input from yourself. But yeah, that's why I go back to Genshin Impact, that the combat is not the best thing, the exploration is the best thing, which is the reason why I put Genshin Impact on the top, and then X Dive, and then Honkai Impact, CCC, and whatever hack and slash gacha there might be out there. But yeah, just for the exploration, Genshin is at the top. There is no doubt. Genshin Impact rewards you for putting up with their shitty story. Yeah, that too. Well, it depends, but yeah, actually it does, because there are a lot of places that are inaccessible unless you play the story. That is, by the way, still unskippable. Something worth mentioning. Very, very nice thing. Well, and that's another thing that Mega Man X Dive has superior. You can skip everything. You have a beautiful button on the top right that says skip. That, well, guess what? It skips the story. Who would have thought that you can have a skip button? But yeah, you can. Indeed. But yeah. Though I will have to guess, part of me wants to say that of all of the free-to-play games out right now, Genshin Impact has the best gameplay of all of them. But I will have to replay Warframe to see what's the current state of Warframe. Because I used to say that about Warframe, but it's been like 5 years since I played Warframe. I know that there are some new planets where exploration is also a thing, but I don't know. Tears of the Kingdom? Damn, Tears of the Kingdom, huh? So basically there are some top tiers, some low tiers. Very nice. That was funny. Tears of the Kingdom. Well done, good one. It happens. It's a typo that can happen. I don't know. The difference is that I really don't give a shit about Link. That's the problem. Unfortunately. Yeah, Lilo agrees with you. He likes those games. Yeah. I mean, I don't deny that they might or might not be good games. I mean, they are good games. It's just that I feel like I will want to play with a character I care about. And unfortunately, I don't care about Link. I feel like of all the Nintendo characters, he's probably the character I care the least about. Because I care more about Mario, Samus. Like if we're going for the main Nintendo games, I care more about the Pokemon trainer, whoever that is. What other popular Nintendo? Well, Donkey Kong. I care more about Donkey Kong, dude. I care more about all of those than fucking Link. What? Why will it surprise you? All those characters are better than Link. Am I wrong? Which character of the ones I mentioned will you say is worse than Link? Will you say Mario is worse than Link? I mean, I can see you saying that, but come on, dude. Mario is the kind of guy that is so goofy looking that you should simply cannot dislike Mario. Donkey Kong can donkey suck my balls. Well, sure, he can do that, but he's still a better character than Link. You know? I'm just saying. I don't know what his preferences are, but he's still better than Link. Link has no character. Yeah, I mean, Link is supposed to be a self-insert character from the first game. Clearly. But so are the Pokemon trainers, and I feel like the Pokemon trainers are more likable than Link, and they don't even talk. Well, Link also doesn't talk mostly. I feel like the Pokemon trainers are more likable, because at least they look cool. Like, I look at a Pokemon trainer, especially the ones in like black and white, or even red if you're gonna go to the first Pokemon. They look cool. Link doesn't look cool, to me, at least. It's like Robin Hood, and Robin Hood, I don't give a shit about Robin Hood. That's the problem. I'm literally LinkedIn. Link is the most badass looking, yeah. And other things no one has ever said. Indeed. If I'm playing a fantasy adventure games, I'd rather play with a Link. I don't know. I personally would prefer to play with someone that either looks cool or a character that... or someone like Mario. Because I cannot say Mario looks cool because I will be lying. Well, Mario is a character that it's so likable, his stupid ass goofy design that I just cannot... like, it's impossible not to like him, you know? That's the thing. But I feel like I would prefer having a character that looks badass. And to me, he doesn't look badass. Even less so in a game like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, badass, indeed. That's why you like C. Broly? Yeah, C. Broly, a good example of a badass character, indeed. That's the thing. I mean, here's the thing, dude. When it comes to characters, well, let me rephrase, actually. I wouldn't mind playing Breath of the Wild if Genshin Impact didn't exist. That's the problem. Genshin Impact existence makes me think that playing Breath of the Wild is gonna be a downgrade. Because I can play in Genshin Impact, well, as characters that I actually like the way they look. And it's a game that in a lot of aspects is very similar. Not to mention that it keeps getting content. But yeah, I feel like if one day I'm like, you know what, I kinda wanna play Breath of the Wild, I will probably just play Genshin Impact, just reinstall it. I prefer another character over a good storyline. Yes, but that's because I don't care about stories. You should know that already. I don't give a shit about stories in video games. Why do you think I'm playing a game like this? Hey, come on, bro. You should know by now that stories in video games are worthless to me. So yeah. Buying skins for LOL? I don't know, I don't play LOL. You care about the character you play with? Yeah. I mean, the character I play with, I don't have to care about its backstory. I just care about the fact that he looks cool. See, for example, Mega Man. I like the way Mega Man looks. Mega Man looks cool. He's a fighting robot. Like, he's there to kill other robots. He's here to beat shit up. And the story of Mega Man is almost non-existent, especially if we're talking about the OG Mega Man. Yeah, exactly, now you get my point. Who cares about Mega Man storyline? Correct. So now you understand what I'm saying. Mega Man is a character I like not because of the story. I just like the way he looks and what he does, which is killing robots. You know? Ah, damn it. I was gonna ask if the file size was an issue for Breath of the Wild until I remember it was on the Switch and not PC. Well, I can actually tell you how much it is right now. If you wanna know the file size. Breath... Well, if I can write Breath properly. Breath of the Wild. It's apparently 14 gigabytes. So make that what you will. It's still a lot, it's just that it could be worse. You don't know how to enjoy a game? Yeah, says the guy that never beats games. Pretty funny. Incredibly funny. Extremely funny even. Comedy gold. Yeah. Here comes the cope. Yeah, exactly. Here comes the Giga cope. Yeah, I don't finish game because I like to enjoy them. Instead of just admitting that he's fucking shit at games, he comes with the cope. No, I do that because I enjoy it. Yeah, you sure do. You are definitely not shit at them. No, that cannot be it. That's still a lot less size than Genshin. Well, yeah, but that's not a problem considering it's on the Switch. You know? It's not like one will be occupying the place of the other. I'm not bad at Zelda Because you cannot be bad at Zelda, dude, come on. That's like saying I'm not bad at Pokemon. Yeah, obviously. Come on, bro. Saying I'm not bad at Zelda doesn't mean shit. Unless you are a speedrunner, I guess. But yeah, of course you are not bad. It's a game made to be played by the most casuals of casuals. Just like Genshin Impact, by the way. You know? Saying like you are not bad at Genshin Impact is like, come on, dude. What are you even saying? I can finish Breath of the Wild Master Quest, but I didn't finish Tears of the Kingdom because I don't want it to end. Yeah, that's the same thing that's happening to Colo. He doesn't want it to end. I'm not bad at Genshin, I pull Nubile. Yeah, indeed. The washing machine. But yeah, Nubile and whoever is at the top, it's just the way it is. But yeah, these are games that are made to be played by anyone. It's the reason why they are so popular in the first place. I mean, imagine if it was a game that had the difficulty of this game I'm playing right now. The game wouldn't be even 99% as popular as it is. Well, maybe it will be carried by the name alone, sure. Many franchises do that. The reason why those games are at the top are precisely because they appeal to everyone. Especially Genshin Impact, with the character designs it has. Genshin Impact has characters for everyone. It has characters that are just cute, both boys and girls. It has characters that are supposed to appeal to fushos, so basically female degenerates. It obviously has also characters to appeal to male degenerates, like very questionably dressed woman. And then it just has characters that look more or less cool. So it's a game with mass appeal, and obviously the difficulty has to go with it. So even if you have the most mass appealing designs, it matters little if it's a game that most people cannot play. They have to be easy. Otherwise they wouldn't be at the top. Just the way it is. Ale are not degenerates, they just like big cleavage with huge huge text to speak. Nice. Yeah, I'm a very big fan of text to speak. Yeah. I think it's called text to speech, whatever. Yeah, text to speech is very good. Correct. But yeah. I mean, it has something for everyone, dude. Like, if you are, for example, a girl that reads a lot of shoujo manga, you have characters like Song Lee, like, well, Nubile. You have characters that are clearly made with the appeal of, you know, of that sort of girl. You have then characters like Mualani or Nilo or, well, Mona Official, which are characters that are supposed to be super hot. You know, any man, well, any man that is not gay, that is, will instantly, you know, have their attention. And then you have characters like, you know, Klee, Heizo, Chi-Chi. Those are characters that are supposed to appeal to people that just like cute characters. So you have something for everyone, you know. You have an appeal for absolutely everyone. And it works. It's pretty well. I don't know how the gacha statistics look right now, but last time I checked, Genshin was still at the top. And the times Genshin wasn't at the top, it was another Hoyoverse game that also has the same philosophy. Though Genshin is definitely the one that goes for the most mass appeal. Something like CCC is more male-oriented. Well, and Honkai, well, Honkai Impact is. Honkai Star Rail, I don't think so. I think that one goes more in the Genshin path. Yeah, the point is that mass appeal, that's the point. That is the point. And they do a good job at that. The one that's not doing a good job is me in this fucking checkpoint though. How long have I been stuck here? I mean, I haven't really been paying attention. Nice. Okay, never mind. We're no longer stuck there. The question is if I want to even try this checkpoint. What is this? Like, this champ is easy. Well, here you already have with a fucking vine into a wooden platform. It looks tempting, the first checkpoint at least. The second one not so much though. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna leave this for the next stream. Look, you gotta look at it this way. I beat 7 levels, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 7. I beat 7 floors, which is something that I haven't done in a while. And now we are in level, well, floor 60. So whenever I play this game again, it at least will be from basically 3/5 of the game being completed. So that's nice. That will be it for me for today. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.